next stop is your success. And clear negative eyes, please.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Scary Hour. It's your boy, Adrean Lopez, and we're here. We're here for episode number 4. This is already episode number 4, y'all. It's 4, but it's like, this is, the first month since we dropped our very first episode, because I'm doing these bi-weekly for now. I do plan on changing these in the future, though, I'll probably make them weekly. But for now, as I get used to talking to you guys, since it's just mostly going to be you and I need to get used to talking to you guys. And also, for the topics to come in, I need to give it time to be, to talk about certain topics that will, pop out within those 2 weeks until the next episode and stuff like that. So, just bear with me, guys, at least for now. I'm trying to show consistency and post every Wednesday of every other week. And so far it's going as planned, So I hope you guys are enjoying these episodes and are enjoying what we're talking about on topics. And also, if you guys, anything in specifics, you guys could just hit me up on Instagram and all of that. The links and the links to all of my social medias are down in the description, and y'all get the memo. Y'all get all of that. But yeah, so I want to get right into it. I gained a lot of weight. I would always be the one to talk about how, I can eat whatever I want, because I'm always doing something active. I'm always usually exercising. And I usually lose that weight immediately because I sweat a lot. I do tend to sweat a whole bunch, and easily too. And the pandemic hit. 2020 came around. All the gyms closed up. COVID hit me personally. And it hit me really bad, to the point where I still don't feel the same anymore. I don't feel like my lungs were the way they were before. So it is a little bit hard. I find it a little bit more challenging to do actual workouts that I could easily eat up before. But I just got to deal with it. And since then, I have gained about 20 pounds. Now, that is no exception. Obviously, you have to watch what you eat. And in this case, I didn't. I did not watch what I eat. I didn't care about what I ate. In fact, I can tell you for like a good solid month and a half or 2 months, I can assure you I was eating at least Popeyes at least once a week. No, sorry, not Popeyes. Domino's at least once a week. So that should let you know that I brought this upon myself. And now I'm struggling to lose the weight back. It was my first day at the gym yesterday. My first out of many attempts throughout this last year and a half to get back into the gym or to get into a workout routine, even if it was at home. And this shit hard, y'all. Feel me? Yesterday, I felt motivated, but obviously I feel like you're always going to feel like that on the first week or the first 2 weeks of your new routine and you working out, because you're very motivated, But then once you actually start to think about how the process is, takes a while to get here and for you to actually see a difference, you start to, that motivation starts to dwindle. And hey, but I will, to not drive myself crazy, I give myself a routine of like every other day heading to the gym. And I feel like it's like that. Don't overwhelm yourself at the beginning. If you're somebody that's just now about to get into the gym, don't overwhelm yourself on going Monday through Friday and keeping that such a religious thing. You can, don't get me wrong. You can do it in that way, but there's most likely you're gonna get burnt out quicker than, for example, the person that goes every other day. I'm no gym guru. I'm not no fitness guru, but that's just I do have experience with gym and going to the gym and having workout routines, and that was what seemed to work out for me when I was going to the gym consistently for about 4 to 5 months, and I actually started to see a lot of improvement and a lot of results as well. So I could only tell you based off my experiences, and that was my experience, and it worked with me. Your body type could be different, so maybe the Monday through Friday works well for you. Who knows, But just don't marry yourself to one routine. Always know that you're gonna change or at least always try to change your routine, because you don't want to get the body accustomed anyways. So even if you do start Monday through Friday, or every other day, for example, and my idea is to start Monday and go like Wednesday and go like every other day, and keep that same routine as well as the workout routine, and change it 2 months in. So maybe 2 months in, keeping that same routine religiously, 2 months in, I will be able to go Monday through Friday and go every day, those 5 days of the week. And also switch up my routine and maybe replace one thing out of your chest day into another thing. And also with your back day and your legs day and etc. You get the memo. But yeah, that's just my experience. But yeah, I gained a lot of weight. I was always religiously, I'm using a lot of the same words today. I don't know why. But I usually always stay around the same 170, 165. I never really went above 170. But now, guys, I'm a heavy 190. Every time I weigh myself, I always weigh myself stupidly. I always weigh myself after I eat, or not too long after after I ate, meaning I didn't give my body time to digest, or also I am not with nothing in my system. I still have something in my system, even if it was like 4 hours ago. My body still hasn't digested it completely. So it's always best to weigh yourself first thing in the morning as soon as you wake up. The only thing is I just always forget. So it's like I'm always so into trying not to drink caffeine and also trying to find something to eat that I forget completely that I have to weigh myself. So this morning I forgot to do so. So I'm going to have to do it tomorrow. But yesterday I was 199. So that shocked the fuck out of me, because I was like, bro, I'm damn near 200. This is the most I've ever been. It's not like I'm going to the gym and actually seeing results based off of, muscle mass and etc. No, this is strictly eating bullshit. I'm not eating a lot of bullshit anymore, but I was at the beginning. But it's like I'm still the same weight, if not more, and I'm not eating as much bullshit as I was before. But it is because I am not going to the gym. It's this shit is, age. This is how I know the age is getting to me, and that it's not gonna be easy for me to lose this weight anymore. That I'm not just a young teenager that's so energetic and so enthusiastic about everything. That's a little saddening, but hey man, you gotta get with the program. I gotta toughen up, and I gotta get to it. And so do you if you're going through the same problems as me. But yeah, it's like, look at that. Y'all see that shit? Bro, like I was aspiring to have full blown, the minimum 6 abs. I was already getting 4 in when I was like 18. But then I started working out 9 to 5, and I started working at a 9 to 5, and me getting my own money, me being able to order a lot of Uber Eats and shit like that, or buy food whenever I want and not rely on my mother, fucked it all up for me. Man, that's some bullshit, y'all. This is some complete bullshit. But yeah, actually, I do have something to talk about. So, I almost joined an MLM today. Well, last week. And I was very enthusiastic about it. It was working from home. I'm not going to name the company, but it is working from home, or was working from home. And the number one red flag for me was when the guy I spoke to at the very beginning told me, "Oh, I'm 29 years old. I started this company when I was 24. I'm like, nigga, okay. You feel me? Like, I'm 23, bruh. I don't know, bruh. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look into this shit, bruh. I didn't tell him that, obviously. I just kept on going on with the program. But it was an opportunity for me to work from home, and that was really dope. It had to do with life insurance. And essentially, what they did was provide people with life insurance, but the way they went about it, and there's nothing wrong with life insurance, right? Everybody aspires to have life insurance. Everybody always wants to have life insurance because later on in the future, you're going to definitely need it when you get older, But the way they went about it, I did not fuck with. I did not fuck with the practice. I did not fuck with the way, once I searched it up, I didn't fuck with the way that they maneuvered on trying to get people to get their life insurance. And it's like, I always do feel like you should look into the life insurance that you want to apply for and go for, rather than the life insurance actually contacting you and trying to buy you on all of this shit. I feel like you should know deep down within yourself whether or not you want and you feel like you need life insurance. Therefore, you would do the research yourself and actually look into it and be like, well, I think this company is better than this company because I feel like I correlate more with this company and I'm gonna go with this company instead of that company actually contacting you. That's the number one red flag I had, but I didn't really pay attention to it, so I just went along with it. I didn't get really deep in it, guys, by the way. I just got a little interview. You got to know me a little bit, and then we proceeded to do the where they show you some slides and shit like that. And then after the slides, I searched up everything. And then that's when I was like, yo, I'm out of this shit. Don't hit me up again. But for those who don't know, multi-level marketing is basically what MLM stands for. And it's a strategy that some companies use to encourage current employees of the company to recruit others into joining and get X amount of money for recruitment, which is what the person that actually asked me to come in for this job did. Basically, they were going to get a commission for bringing me in, and if I eventually went through and became an employee, they get X amount of money. So it wasn't even like, yo, I honestly think you can make a lot of money in this bitch. Yo, pull up on here. Feel me? I know you for a long time. What's up? Like, nah, nigga. It was like, yo, pull up over here. This is an opportunity. You go ahead and look it out. If you like it, you go ahead and join it. But I hope you do join it because I could get $750 plus in my next fucking paycheck. And it was like, once I looked into that, I was another red flag. But I still went through, guys. I still stayed. I still stay solid. I was like, you know what? It's a MLM. It's a MLM, and I might as well just see what this shit is all about. I watch people who expose MLMs on a daily on YouTube. Not on a daily, but there was a phase I went through where I was just watching people just expose MLMs on the daily. So I knew what I was seeing was real, and they're not necessarily a scam artist life insurance company, but their practice is a little bit scammy because they reach out to you and then also they guilt you into it. It's a little weird. I don't really know. I don't really understand. Like it was something to do with, I'm not going to get too much into specifics, but it had a lot to do with, give me a second, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. It had a lot to do with guilting you into getting their life insurance, which was, I just already pictured myself trying to buy somebody into this life insurance and them not being completely for it or even interested, but they're just keeping me there just to keep me there and to hear me out or whatever because they want to be polite, which is what I would do. So don't call me. But yeah, it was like something that had to do with kids, and also like a huge benefit of it had to do with kids. So it was like, you know, I'm not gonna give too much details, but it had to do with kids, and the way they went about it is they'll get you by mentioning your kids, and then you would feel some type of way, or you would look like a monster if you didn't want the life insurance, and basically saying you didn't give a fuck about your kids. So I didn't fuck with that. That was the final and huge red flag for me. I did not fuck with it. I was like, I'm out of here. You know, I felt some type of way even hitting up the person that hit me up. But then again, it was like, bitch, you only hit me up because you was going to get a certain amount of money for it. Fuck out of here. It wasn't even because you was going to actually fuck with me, or because you actually fuck with me and because you know me for a long time. And you was like, oh, you know, I feel like you could get a lot of bread like this. Nah, man. So, you know, thank God I did my research. And I was actually thinking like, yo, does she know? Oh, yeah, it's a female. But I'm like, yo, does she know what she's getting herself into? Or like, did she ever know what she was getting herself into? I'm like, I'm younger than this lady. So it's like, if I was smart enough to do the research, you should be too. We're not even that far apart from age. But it was like, if I did my research, I'm pretty sure you did your research, and you just are the type of person to not give a fuck about scamming people, or, you know, getting people in that kind of way, or making people feel guilty and guilt tripping them into going along with your pitch. So I was like, you know what? That says a lot about you. You feel me? That's not me. That's not what I do. I can't fuck with that. So I drop out. And then the funny part is about this whole thing actually is that, well, as I was doing my research, right? Pay really close attention to what I'm about to say. But as I was doing my research, I Googled the name of the company, and, you know, reviews of it would come up. You know, on Indeed.com, it would be a whole bunch of reviews that would pop up. And, you obviously would go by reviews. And a lot of those reviews there were a lot of bad ones and then a lot of good ones. It was like 60-40. 40% bad, and it was like straight 60% good. Like, oh my God, you know. So then I was talking to my girlfriend about this, and she goes, you should ask the same question to a different search engine. And I thought about it. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go with what, GoDaddy or like Bing. So I chose Bing, and I went on Bing. And Bing was like, I got you, my guy. Ain't nobody paying me. Feel me? Ain't nobody paying me for me to show you what you don't want to see. You feel me? Like ain't nobody paying me. So I'm gonna put you onto the real shit. And on Pinterest, on Bing, I was able to see that it was an MLM, or that they kind of maneuver around like an MLM. And yeah, and how like people have gotten scammed by them, or like how workers that eventually left the company had a hard time in the company. And yeah, so that's my MLM story. I could actually finally say I almost joined an MLM. I thank the Lord till this day. I did the research. Thanks to my girlfriend. She helped me do the research. I was very optimistic about it. I was very enthusiastic about it. Oh my God, I get to work from home. Oh my God, I don't get to work a 9 to 5 and have to go to the facility and work at the 9 to 5. I could just do it at home. You feel me? But my girlfriend was like, yo, you should really do research on this shit. Cause I don't know, bro. Shit sound funny. I'm like, what are you talking about, girl? So shouts out to you, babe. and finally, if it wasn't for her, I would have been there looking like a dumbass. Talk about, hello, am I speaking to Marcus? Yeah, I'm calling because I wanted to see if you were really interested into life insurance. We offer a grand deal of things. Do you have kids? No? Okay, well, when you do have kids, do you want them to inherit your money? Okay. You don't? Okay. So, I mean, we have other things as well. I was just not going to be like that, bro. Fuck that. I don't care, bro. I'm not gonna guilt trip you into joining my company, and we don't even pay you like that. We don't even do shit. We scratch the surface of life insurance. That was another thing too. It wasn't even like a fucking crazy amount of money that we were talking about. But that is my MLM story. It's ridiculous. It's like, it almost made me feel like I was gonna be. You ever seen like the car warranty calls that you get? It made me feel like that. Like, it made me feel like I was gonna be there like, oh, we're calling you to remind you that your car's extended warranty will expire, and and I felt like that's what it was gonna be like, and I was just. You know how mad you get when you get those phone calls. I know how mad I get when I get those phone calls. So it's like, nah, bro. I'm not about to be like this on the life insurance level. Fuck that. That's not the life insurance category. Your life insurance is about to expire. Would you like to buy the new? Fill in the blanks. But yeah, talking about that shit. My girlfriend the other day I was chilling with my girlfriend. She got like 8 to 10 calls talking about car's warranty. Car's extended warranty. I was like, yo, bro, you gotta look into your shit, bro. Anybody got your information anywhere, some shit like that, actually possibly took out a car under your name, acting like you or some shit like that? I be thinking about shit like that. I be like, yo, bro, you call me so much. There might be a possibility that somebody's actually scamming me, and you just like literally telling me that they're not paying their fucking car's extended warranty, whatever the fuck that shit is. I don't own a car. What the fuck? I don't know, bro. That's why I'd be like, don't call me. I don't own a whip. I don't own a car. Leave me alone. Shit is fucking ridiculous. I don't understand. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry for the cut. I had to go get some water. Got a little thirsty speaking about some MLMs. But yeah, I honestly felt like I was gonna be like those Chinese calls and Indian calls that you get, and you could clearly tell it's not Microsoft. You could clearly tell it's not Windows. You could just tell. But yeah, it's on that note, it's like, have y'all ever like encountered like the fact that these companies, or like these websites, sorry, not companies, these websites, a lot of these websites, they would ask, to try, like, for you to accept their cookies and click OK to their cookies, which is basically track data and shit like that. And personally, I did not look into this, but I know that it's to track your data. It's to take your information. It's some sort of information of you, or whether if it's what you search or some shit like that. But I also noticed this past week, that apps were also doing this. So the whole website thing with the cookies, you would only see that on occasional websites, and when I seen it on those occasional websites, I would feel iffy on even being in that website. But now, ever since probably when around the middle of the lockdown, I started to see these on regular websites. I could go buy a ticket at JetBlue.com and would literally be like, "Oh, can we track your data? Can you accept our cookies, bruh?" And then I also saw it in I would go to Airbnb.com, same thing. So it was legitimate websites that you can actually trust, asking you if you can accept their cookies. I never looked into these things. I never looked into why the mass of cookie asking has been out and about ever since the pandemic. But I'm assuming it's, the government's way of trying to just stack up on your information. And same with applications. This past week, like I was saying earlier, I started to see on all of the freaking apps I would go into, it would ask me, "Do you allow us to track your data?" And then the options were allow on the bottom, ask not to allow, or not to ask not to. That's what it said. I'm like, bitch, I don't want you to. I don't gotta ask you to not fucking go through my data information. You're gonna say yes regardless. So me clicking ask not to is basically me clicking allow. But I get it, because it's like, if I would be the owner of an app and I needed to track your data to improve my application better and make my application better for everyone, or improve my application, then it's like, you kind of don't got a choice, but I'm gonna just give you one, just so you say you don't have a choice, or to make you feel like you got a choice. So yes, track my data. Know where I live. Know what I search. And I've been thinking about, actually subscribing to a VPN or some sort. So if any VPN companies want to holler at me for some sponsorship, I would actually use it. So yeah, it's those are the things I need to look more into. If anybody knows anything, just comment it down below or hit me up and put me onto the sauce, because I really need to know. I would just probably search it up myself though. But speaking of, so going back to what I was talking to you guys at the beginning of the podcast about how I was, I gained a lot of weight throughout the pandemic, and how I actually caught COVID at the beginning of COVID, like March heading into April 2020. I actually remember the day I caught COVID. Now, I remember exactly how the day went. I don't remember the exact date of the day. But I remember this one lady. Listen, I used to work at Dunkin' Donuts, right? This is my 9 to 5 story. Or one of them. I used to work at Dunkin' Donuts, and I used to do overnight. So I would be making my way home by 6:30 a.m. So I would I would take public transportation to get home. I'd get home pretty quick. So I was on the bus, and I took this bus, and this was a weekday because everybody was work. Everybody and their mother was on their way to work that day. And that was at the beginning of the pandemic. This is the first time I started to see people wearing masks. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm not wearing a mask. Many other people in the bus weren't wearing masks. So I'm like, Jesus Christ. Whoever's wearing a mask in this bitch just trying to be about it. I didn't think it was going to get crazy. You feel me? I just thought it was like, oh my God, you're just doing it to be cool, bro. You're just trying to show that you're cool. Oh my God, you're wearing a mask and gloves. Oh my Lord, and face protection. And I'm there chilling, listening to music on my way home. Really tired, really exhausted. Then there was this lady. All right, when I'm telling you guys, the bus is about from here where I'm at to where you guys are at currently right now. That wide. And the lady was sitting where you guys would be at right now. And I would be where I'm at this moment. I'm listening to music, minding my own business, trying not to look at people wearing masks because I found it weird. This lady, without covering her mouth, coughs directly at my face. It wasn't even like my direction. It was directly at my face. And it's not like, just because it's not in front of you, like this is my face, right? And I'm the lady. Just because it's not directly in front of you doesn't mean it's not in your face. Yo, she was right there. She coughed. I felt the whiff. Like if she was right like an inch away from my face. I was like, bitch, you had to fucking cough that hard and you couldn't fucking cover your mouth? What is wrong with you? Your mom never showed you manners? I would never forget her face. She lucky I didn't ask for her name either. I would have reported her. Fuck out of here. You gave me COVID, bruh. Literally 14 or like 13 days later, I got COVID. Ain't that some shit? I'm over here already risking my life working at Dunkin' Donuts. And this was before people could even like come into the shop. This is when they actually could come to the shop or come into the shop still. And they would just have to wear masks or whatever or whatnot. And not even, because it was the beginning of the pandemic. So we didn't know how bad it was going to get. Shorty, I remember your face till this day. She looked at me afterwards too. After she coughed at me, she didn't even say sorry, bro. It's almost like she was like a government plant that got planted into the 12 bus in Bronx and Fordham, and just to cough at niggas' faces that day. I was like, yo, bro. Yo, my mood changed so fucking fast, and I never turned down the music in my headphones so fucking fast in my life. As soon as I felt the whiff, I said, because I wanted to hear the bitch say, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it was by mistake. I apologize. This bitch just stared at me, bro. And don't say nothing to me for saying the word bitch. In this incident, she's a bitch. Because I definitely watch where I cough, and I always cover my mouth. And in the times that I desperately need a cough and I don't get to cover my mouth, I don't necessarily do it in your fucking face. Especially if I don't know you or if I'm in a public area. So I was just there like, my mood went from like really tired to like in a split second. I was just like, bro, you're lucky I don't beat women. You lucky I don't beat your ass, bitch. I was like, yo, you lucky I don't whoop that ass. You don't understand how fucking angry I am right now. Just even talking about this fucking subject just getting me angry right now, because it's like, you got no manners. What the fuck did your mom teach you, bruh? Did you grow up by yourself? You fed yourself as a kid? God, just say so. Damn, or show it. I don't know, like, fuck, man. So since that day, I wore my masks. But I didn't know I had COVID though until like 2 weeks later. That's when it got bad. I had to take a whole week off of work. Work still was like, oh my God, you got COVID. And I was just like, yeah, bro, I need to get off of work. And I guess they thought I was just bullshitting, but I wasn't. I felt like my lungs collapsed. I felt like I could not even speak. I could not even breathe because it hurt to breathe. So I felt like the better thing to do was just die, because it was like, and that's not exaggerating. I swear to my mother, for those people who got it really bad, y'all would understand. You would actually prefer to die than feel what you felt. Because it's literally, that's how bad it got. And that's how bad it was. And for those people who didn't feel a thing, you guys are lucky as shit. God bless you guys. You guys got a fucking strong immune system. Or whatever the fuck you're eating is amazing. But that was not the case with me. So, I lost my taste buds. I lost my sense of smell. And till this day, I can assure you, I do not taste and smell the same. My shit was way more vibrant, excuse me. My shit is fucking trash now. I have to like savor the fucking food a little longer. And like smell a little longer for me to get the memo. And there's actually people who still haven't gotten their sense of smell and their sense of taste back, which is fucking crazy. I would go crazy. I would go insane. I mean, then again, you can actually eat whatever you want. Like you can eat shit if you want. Like you can't even say you can't eat shit because it's nasty. Because you can't smell it and you can't taste it. So you could dead ass eat shit. You can. And you can't say you can't, because a nigga's gonna look at you like, bro, what you talking about, bro? Bro, you can't smell, bro. So what are you saying that shit is nasty for, bro? And it do look like chocolate. So it's like, just think it's chocolate. Matter of fact, I even put it cold for you. I'll put it in the fridge for a little bit. And it's gonna feel like a little ice cream. Hear me out. It might be for our benefit to lose our taste buds, our taste and smell, because we could actually eat whatever the fuck we want. I'm just fucking bullshitting, y'all. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And yeah, man, that's literally how I contracted COVID. Is this fucking, I could only imagine how many other people experienced something similar to that, where they remember the day they caught COVID. Like, I remember exactly how I caught COVID. And can't nobody else tell me different, because it was like, okay, I work at Dunkin' Donuts, so I could have contracted COVID any way there. I mean, like, I could have contracted COVID there, but it's like, nah, bruh. This shit different, bruh. This shit, it's a different type of vibe. Like, it's, I don't know. But COVID was real. It is real till this day. I don't know about contracting it twice though, because I don't think I ever contracted it twice. Or maybe I did and it just didn't hit me as bad. But I have heard that it hits you even worse the second time. I don't believe that shit. I'm gonna still give the vaccine a little longer though. I'm gonna give it till like January 2022, because it's like, by then we'll know when the first group of people and how they feel, because it had been like a year later, you know. So it's like, okay, now it's safe to get it, you know. Now we know to get it. Now it's safe to get, and etc. But yeah, it's if anybody knows how they contracted COVID or has an idea of how they contracted COVID, just comment it down below. It's like, let us know. Let me know exactly how you contracted COVID, or hit me up and DM me and let me know. I really enjoy reading shit like that, or like even just interacting with people. I just love doing that. So don't be afraid to hit me up, and always hit me up about anything, and I promise I'll respond. And yeah, so it's like, yo, Actually, I read a story that was posted on Hollywood Unlocked on Instagram. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked. And it says, or I actually have it right here. It says, OnlyFans to potentially step away from adult content to attract more advertisers. Honestly, it might be a good idea. It might be a good idea. Me personally, I always thought about posting. For example, if I ever made a Patreon, I was actually thinking about not going for Patreon and going for OnlyFans, being a little different. And just being like the stick in the middle of the grass. Or like, and like just sticking out like a sore thumb. Everybody here, she got her pussy lips wide open. Her ass cheeks is spreading out. Her titties is all out. I'm over here with episode number 4 on OnlyFans. So that was my thought of it, which is actually a pretty good idea where they're trying to do. I mean, if we really like, the closest thing that I can think of to this is WorldStar. Before I get to it, let me drink some water. WorldStar is, I remember going on WorldStar back in like 2010, even like 2011, and going on worldstar.com and seeing the fight compilations that they dropped every week. I would literally be there every freaking, that one day of the week. They would drop that 10-minute long fight compilation, and it would be fire as fuck. I remember watching them shits. It was like the closest thing to like real life shit that was not censored. Like, and they also had like bitches shaking their ass, like I don't know, top women shaking their asses this week or some shit like that. And they would have shit like that on there. Don't ask me how I know, just go with the flow. You hear me? Just hear me out. Basically, WorldStar was uncensored. WorldStar did not give a fuck about nothing. You feel me? WorldStar was just what OnlyFans is now, but better. So I feel like they had to, well, I didn't feel like this is what actually happened, but they had to step away from that in order to get actual money coming through. Not bullshit money, actual bread. Actual money coming in by advertisements and shit like that. So in order to, attract that kind of energy and get that kind of money, you would have to get away from explicit content like that. So don't you see that even when they're posting something that has to do with bad words and shit, they even cut it out? Like, all you hear is "mop in the club," like, what the fuck is going? Oh, I said fuck, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. They do shit like that where there's no explicit content whatsoever. Now that I even think about it, there's not even cursing in there. Before, they didn't give a fuck. So it's like, for example, they would take a clip out of my podcast and post it on their social media platform and social media page, and they would re-edit it and cut out all the bad words that I said. So they're like explicit content, I guess, and that's how they get their money. But it's like, I wonder why. Like, if you're a company, it's like, bruh, that's just how you speak when you're at home. Not always, yes, maybe not as much, but regardless, you curse at some point. Like, or you think of a curse word. What's the big deal? It's like, I mean, then again, I understand, because it's like, to get to other countries, it's like you kind of have to like watch what you say, because now other countries think the way we think. We're not as free with our speech. They're not as free with their speech the way we are. So it's like you can't be out here just saying whatever the fuck you want to say or curse words left and right. Like motherfuckers could do the same shit in other countries. So I get it. I understand. I get it. You feel me? So in this, for example, I am completely sure that it's like kind of a good move for OnlyFans. I don't know if it'll work, but it's definitely interesting because it's like we would actually see what they've learned, what they'll learn when they do that, when they go that route and see the way WorldStar did it, which is, you know, obviously OnlyFans is nothing nowhere near the WorldStar or how WorldStar was. They don't post clips of fights and funny videos. It's just strictly, you know, naked broads and naked people and shit like that. But you can kind of like, you know, you have some type of similarity with the platform. So it's like it'll be fun to see what they do and what they learned from watching how WorldStar went about their business and how they'll go about their business this time around. So, you know, I feel bad for those OnlyFans women though. Hopefully, I don't know, they'll probably put it in a way where they're like, you can like probably pay more to like get extra, like those under the cut content. But even then, that defeats the whole purpose of going that route anyways. So I don't know what to say to the women doing OnlyFans, but that shit is crazy. That shit is definitely crazy. And yeah, it's like I was telling y'all, I was thinking between either sticking with Patreon or doing a Patreon or being different and just doing OnlyFans and not actually doing, but just like making it look like get the person thinking, oh, is this motherfucker doing OnlyFans, like nudity OnlyFans? And then it's like, oh, okay, he's just doing his podcast on OnlyFans. That's kind of dope. That's kind of different. It's kind of cool. So that was just the way I was going to go about it and shit like that. But yeah. All right, y'all. So before we head out of here, I seen this story about a week ago in the Shade Room. And I sat down and spoke to my girlfriend about it. It was like, and it's just like, I don't know, it's pretty ridiculous to me. You know, that's just me. But it said Seattle Pride event to charge white people a $50 reparation fee to attend. And I'm all for reparation. Don't get me wrong. Definitely all for reparation. In a different way. What I have in mind is like, number one, what are you going to get $50 from each white individual that goes to the Pride parade? And what are you going to do with that? Because I know for sure you're going to pay your staff with that, whether they're white or black. You know, and it's like, or whoever coordinated the Pride or who's helping coordinate the festival or whatnot. But it's also like, these are the white people who, if you're there for the Pride event, or for the Pride parade, and you're gay or part of the LGBTQ community, you feel the suppression on a daily basis. People look at you a certain way. People treat you a certain way. It's just, you feel the energy. So it's like, to be paying $50 on top of that, just because you're white, kind of doesn't really match. It doesn't really go, y'all. Like, it doesn't seem like people really thought it through. And it's like, that's supposed to be your brother and sister. That's supposed to be somebody like, yo, we're here together. We're part of the LGBTQ community. One of the top things should be, yo, we're constantly getting made fun of or getting taken as a joke, or that we have some type of mental issues and this is something that we got to get through together. But instead, y'all already separating it and putting white people aside from everyone else. And they themselves are going to feel even more oppressed. I don't really know how to word it right, but I hope you guys are here in the same, or like are in tune with what I'm trying to say right now. It's just fucked up. It makes no sense. It's dumb. Like, it's one thing to ask the government for shit like this, but it's another thing to like ask white people, especially white people that are part of the LGBTQ community. Like, is I don't know, if you have a different way of viewing it, a different way of looking at it, comment down below and let me know, or hit me up and let me know. And you know, that's the whole point of this podcast. I'm as open-minded as possible to listen out to what other people have to say about certain subjects and certain topics, and open up and broaden my point of view and my way of thinking. So obviously, you know, I'm completely open to being my mind being changed. But I just don't, me personally, based on my own assessment, I don't think this is a good idea whatsoever. This is some dumb shit. Like, seriously. I don't know. But on a different note, I seen another post on Baller Alert. Shout out to Baller Alert. And it said, researchers develop a weight loss device that locks people's jaws and restricts them to liquid only diet. Bruh. America, we gotta lose weight. We have to lose weight. And like, they want to be doing shit like that, right? But then they want to be dropping up the new KFC down the block from where you live. Well, sorry, in the where the minorities live at, because you don't see that shit downtown. I don't see that shit like that downtown like that. You occasionally you see a McDonald's. Occasionally you see a, fast food restaurant somewhere around. But I can literally name the amounts of fast food restaurants around me currently. And I don't even live in a really bad neighborhood. But within walking distance, guys, there's a McDonald's. There's a Dunkin' Donuts. There is a Burger King. There's a Wendy's. There's a Domino's. A whole bunch of pizza shops. Like mom and pop pizza shops. And that's just 6 of them. I'm pretty sure I'm missing more. But you get the gist of it. Within walking distance. Why is there no Trader Joe's around here? Why the nearest Starbucks is about 1.5 miles away? Not that Starbucks is fucking good for you, but they put less sugar than Dunkin' Donuts. Bruh, the bodegas, they're filled with trash ass food. Everything is either everything is either fried or it's like chips or beer. There's a whole bunch of liquor stores within walking distance. And when you're drunk and you get hungry, what do you want to eat most? Fast food or something fattening, something that gets you really fat, something that has a lot of fat in it. So when there's liquor right there, as somebody who struggles drinking liquor, not me personally, but I'm saying if somebody that struggles with drinking liquor and it's right there, why wouldn't you get it? At least make it hard for me to go and get it. It's just shit like this that gets me tight. And it's like, researchers do this and the third, but it's like, bruh, stop forcing that shit up on us, nigga. Force that shit up on the government. Make them change shit up. Like, and then you feel me? And then when shit starts looking different, and then we gotta have a different look at things as well. We can't say everything is gentrified, because if it's for our benefit and it's helping us and it's making us eat better, it's making us look at life a little better, and it's bringing us better foods, better shit like that, it's not getting gentrified. They're just putting better shit around you. Now, if they start raising the rent, then you know, I don't blame you. They gentrifying the shit. Fuck out of here. Just because they put a Trader Joe's down the block don't mean my shit got to go up $200. You bugging the fuck out. Oh man, I don't know. It's there's a lot of problems with the government and the way we eat and how food is spent around here. It's not even like we don't have as much people as other countries have. Like, literally the way you think about, for example, people that live in the UK, all of their clothes are very like skinny. Like, you tight if you're an obese person in the UK. I'm not body shaming. I'm just saying, like, based on us, what we see here, a lot of the UK shit, for like I've bought jeans from the UK before, and I've had to buy them like 2-3 times the size smaller than the ones I buy here. But here, literally, if you would ask anybody outside of the US, what do you picture the ideal American to be like or look like? They'll literally look fat or out of shape. So it's a little on us and it's a little on the government. Regulate this the way we fucking eating or some shit, bro. So take all this bullshit away. Take all this fucking KFC and I don't even know why these shits didn't close down when the pandemic was hitting. At least one of them, like Wendy's or some shit. I don't need Burger King. Who eats Burger King, bro? You couldn't go out of business? There's no way you still running, bro. There's no way you have as many loyal customers as McDonald's, for example, or some shit like that. I don't get it. So, in that case, I hit the gym yesterday, and I do not see any of that anymore. I will no longer eat bullshit like that anymore. I told myself that. So I'm saying it here on the podcast, so everybody else that hears this podcast hears it. Keeps me accountable. Because I am not touching 200 pounds. I'm not touching 200 pounds at all. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. I'm 5'9". I shouldn't even be this weight. So I'm already damn near fitting the fucking category of the regular American. I don't know, y'all. This has been another episode of Scary Hour. Thank you so much if you listened all throughout. Please make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell as well if you're on YouTube. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please make sure to just consider giving us a 5-star rating. I'm trying to pump these out bi-weekly. I will eventually in the future make it weekly. And hopefully I'll get you guys to have a guest here. I'm just it's just pretty difficult right now to get a guest in here. But yes, this has been another episode. I hope you guys enjoy. You clowns, have a good day. Take care.